everybody, and happy Friday. My name is Andy Moore, and I'm the Executive Director of People Not Politicians and the Campaign Manager, and this is our weekly campaign update. I'm actually getting it done on Friday. The baby is at home and hopefully sleeping well for her mother right now. Big props to my wife for her support and 100% fantastic momming of our daughter. So the big update this week really starts last week, right? So last Friday, as you well know, we received a couple of legal challenges to our petition that we refiled. Those petitions are, in my opinion, and many others, pretty much without merit. They look very similar to the challenges they filed the first time around, and they've added some new people on there, but what it's shaping up to be is a politician's wife, a lobbyist's daughter, one of their big donors, someone that runs a special interest group, versus me, who's been a nonprofit guy, counselor. Jan from the League of Women Voters is a retired special ed teacher. Linda is a elementary school teacher in Tulsa, and thousands of regular Oklahomans, right? And so, when we set up this whole deal and we decided to call it People Not Politicians, because we believe the maps should be drawn by people and not the politicians that have a conflict of interest, I didn't expect that they would literally find politicians and their cronies to be the ones challenging it. That seems a little silly, but that's how it's shaping up. So anyway, those challenges were filed on Friday, and then earlier this week, Monday, I believe, we learned that it's not going to be heard by the full Supreme Court. It's going to be like it was the first time. They're referring it to what they call a referee, who is a clerk of the court, someone else who's highly trained to hear both sides, write a brief, and give the recommendation to the full court, who then renders an opinion. So that is set to happen on Tuesday, March 17th. So go ahead and mark your calendars, March 17th at 10:30 in the morning, and it'll be, I believe, at the Supreme Court building, which is just east of Lincoln, right there by the Capitol, 22nd and Lincoln. Some of you, I think, went there the first time because there was some confusion about where we're meeting. We're actually at the Supreme Court building for this. It's not as large of a room. I believe it'll be in a conference room. So there's room for some folks to come, and we would love to have you there. I think this is a public process, right? The lawsuit's a public deal. Redistricting should be a public process, and this is about you. This is about me. It's about the people of Oklahoma, and we, for one, want you involved at every step of the way. So please turn out and come, bring signs if you'd want, not in the room, obviously, but if you want to stand outside. I think it's important that the media, that the referee of the court, and that your fellow Oklahomans understand that this is something that the people of Oklahoma want. And, and the thousands of miles that we've driven around the state and the thousands of people we've spoken with, we know it's the case. And I'll be honest, the people who oppose us know it's the case too. They know we're going to win, and all they can do is try to keep dragging it out to try to keep us off the ballot, so they can gerrymander one more time. And it's up to us, you and me, to help this not happen, right? That if we're going to end gerrymandering, the time is now. We got to do it. So once this happens on the 17th, it goes to the court. They'll render their opinion, hopefully in a week or two, and then it goes to and when we're successful, when we win, it goes to the Secretary of the State, Michael Rogers, to set the date that we can begin signature collection, which is a day I know that we've all been waiting for. He can set that date anywhere 15 to 30 days after the court ruling. And we want him to set it 15 days. We've been waiting on collecting signatures since December, right? November. We've been ready to go. And I know that we've trained more than 400 people already to help collect signatures, and we've got 5 more trainings coming up, so stay tuned for that. We need your help to call on Secretary Rogers, the Secretary of State, and let him know, hey man, we need someone in this process to do the right thing, to be a servant of the people, and to just let us collect signatures, right? That's all we ask. We're ready to go. There's no need for a delay of 30 days on our end. There's not on his end either. We've got to go collect them first. So we really want him to let us start collecting signatures as soon as we can. If you want to go to his website, it's sos.ok.gov, I think. Just Google Secretary of State, Oklahoma. Call his office, contact them. They have an office in the Capitol. They have one on 13th Street here as well. I think the one in the Capitol is probably the more important one. Yeah. But call and let them know. Just say, Secretary Rogers, we appreciate your service. We really would like you to let State Question 810 begin signature collection as early as possible. And as many of you that can call and send emails and let them know that, the better, right? Like, we want to be respectful, but we do want him to know that this is what the people want and that there's an impetus here, right? And that he serves the pleasure of the governor, but he is a public servant, just like the governor is of all of us. And the more we can use our voice to speak up and let them know, then the more that they know what we want. So that's what we want. We want the Secretary of State to let us start collecting signatures as soon as we possibly can. I need your help for that. And then once we do, we need your help collecting signatures. If you've already been trained, thank you so much. If you haven't been, stay in our loop, email thing and Facebook. And we've got some trainings coming out. I just finished doing a video with Cindy Alexander, who's done all of our signature trainings. That's been wonderful. So we'll have an online option as well. We would love to have your help. So please go to peoplenotpoliticians.org. Sign up for updates if you haven't already. You can make a donation, which we also really need because legal fees are adding up. I don't want to tell you the numbers in the 7 digits that we've had to pay so far to get this far. And all that's for naught if we don't get to continue, right? So we need your help. Those of you who even give $5 a month, thank you so much. That really means the world. Those of you who give $25 a month, thank you as well. If it's $100, you can give $1,000, whatever, we'll take it. I've got a couple of friends that I see on there that can only afford to give $1 or $3 like a week, I think. That's tremendous. A widow's mite means the world of difference, and that's how we're going to win, right? That's how we're going to do this. So thank you all so much. Have a lovely weekend. The weather should be great. If you're around downtown Oklahoma City tomorrow, on Saturday, we'll be out there talking to folks about this measure. Come find us. We may be dressed up like a gerrymandered district. So have a great weekend.